Hey gorgeous, we're live. There was a little bit of a moment there where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this because of signal problems, which is unusual because as you can see I'm here in my office. It's been a little while since I connected with you guys, and I'll be real with you as always. That is because I want to come into this space, and I'll put my hands up, like I've been crazy busy, but I also want to come into this space and share something with you when I genuinely feel like I have something to add value to this group and add value to hopefully your lives. And you know, when I'm in the thick of it, there isn't always the time. But I love this group and I love the community. I love that you're here with us, so a big thank you for being here. But I don't want to ever go live through obligation or because I want to make some noise or just show my face. I want to come into this space to, you know, share with you my journey and share with you the aha moments and the lessons that I'm learning as I develop my career as an international makeup artist, but to really share those nuggets with you as well about the lessons I'm learning and the development and the growth there for me, as well as the things that I'm sharing with my clients, because there's so much value in those conversations as well, and the lessons and the progress that I see with them. And that's for me like a massive pleasure to support other hair and makeup artists in their journey and help them grow from strength to strength and get the results that they want. And what I wanted to share in this video, as you can see from the title, is that there can be one very big thing that really dictates the results that we get in our lives and our businesses. And you know, if you recognize that you are in a position where you're not necessarily getting the jobs that you want, the opportunities that you see other people getting, there's some kind of disconnect between you and that, and you know that it's something that you really want and you really want to grab it, but there's something kind of really limiting you. Equally, there might be things that come up that just don't fit for you. There are opportunities that actually you don't want. Sometimes it's a matter of not getting the clients that you know that you deserve, and the ones that, you know, really appreciate what you have to offer, that are willing to pay the rates that are reflective of your worth, and have that feel really good for you. Because at the end of the day, you know, as a beauty professional, I very much believe that we are service based, and when someone invests in working with us, it's not just about the skill set that we deliver and the result that we deliver, it's actually the fact that they're investing in us because we are the ones delivering the service. They're investing in the experience of, you know, working together. And that's actually something that I really love about being a makeup artist, is making those connections and being around people and sharing those, you know, genuine conversations and experiences and really making a difference to other people. But I recognise that there can be moments where you don't feel like you're getting the results that you want. You're working really hard. You might feel like you're saying yes to everything, but it's still not working out. And the reason I talk about this is because I just had a really great conversation, and something that I have been experiencing recently is that opportunities come in, which is amazing, and some of those opportunities I grasp very, very quickly because they are things that light my soul up, that make me feel really good, that make me feel really excited, and I absolutely have to say yes to them. Like, there's no hesitation in my mind. And there are other opportunities that come up, you know, even, and this isn't just, you know, opportunities to go somewhere or work with a particular client to do their makeup or their styling. This is also, you know, in reference to the women that I work with in my program and the women that I coach. I don't just have a click to buy it now button on my website. It's about actually having sincere conversations with people and seeing if the right fit is there. And the way that I make that decision, you know, I very much work with hair and makeup artists who hold three traits, and that is that they are great at what they do, they get great results for their clients, but also they're really committed to doing the work in order to get the outcome that they want. Because we can all connect with the dreams and desires that we have, But the reality is, the reason why some of us don't get to live out the dreams and the realities that we really want is because we're not prepared to make the commitment it requires and the sacrifice it costs in order to live the dream. And sometimes that means pushing past fear, sometimes that means making different decisions, and it's the price that you pay to live the lifestyle and have the dream business that you really want for yourself. But something that I recognise can really be a limitation for many of us, and has been the case for myself included, is that when you recognise that you're not getting the opportunities that you want, you're not getting the jobs that you want, you aren't connecting with the right clients that feel really amazing to work with. Thanks for joining me, gorgeous. I can see you guys connecting here. And let me know how this resonates with you, But something I absolutely recognise is that when you are in the process of making a decision or accepting an offer or grasping an opportunity, something that I have absolutely learned to do, and I've learned the hard way as well, is to actually feel into the energy of that opportunity. And I say that because there are opportunities that have come up for me recently, things to do, places to go, people to work with, that I've actually said no to, even though they are really high paying opportunities. You might think that is absolutely fucking balmy, but something that I've really learned about myself, and this goes back to me referencing myself and you guys as queens, because being a queen really means standing in your power and making intuitive decisions. And when you make intuitive decisions and you set aside the money or the exposure or whatever it might be, and you really feel into what feels true to yourself and true in your heart, that's where I believe that you actually get the best possible results. So on the surface level, you might think, oh, the money would be great. But if it doesn't actually sit well with you, if it doesn't feel like you're operating from a place of integrity, then you should absolutely say no. And don't get me wrong, I'm not living in la la land here. We all have bills to pay. There's no denying that. We all have, incomes to make and lives to live. So I'm not saying, if you're struggling to pay your bills, don't do the work that comes in. But what I am saying is, when you have a choice, when you have the opportunity to make a decision, whether it's a resounding yes or a resounding no, come to that conclusion because you actually felt into, does this feel right for me? Is this a direction that I want to take? Is it going to allow me to really make a difference to other people's lives and serve them by making this decision? Because, as a makeup artist myself, and I know that regardless of whether you're a hair or makeup artist, what we love to do is to make people feel really good about themselves, and that is how we get to be in service to other people in the world. That's how we get to make a difference to other people, is to really bring out their confidence and make them feel amazing. And that is the joy that I know that we all share in this group, the joy of making someone feel confident and carry themselves differently and feel beautiful. There's so much value in that. But if you are offered an opportunity that doesn't feel amazing to you, that doesn't, thanks gorgeous, mwah. If you're offered an opportunity that doesn't light you up, then say no. Because one of the sayings that I love, that I say frequently, is if it isn't a fuck yes, it's a fuck no. And sometimes it's a fuck yes and then you change your mind, and sometimes you say no because you hesitate and really you want to say yes. So with that in mind, when you are making a decision and you're feeling into something and an opportunity comes up, make sure that you're not saying no through fear. Because this is also something that I did for a really, really long time. And this is so relevant to owning your own business and being a freelance beauty professional, because there were opportunities that came up for me. They weren't giant. They were actually, some of them were quite small, but they were things that were outside of my comfort zone. And we all know what being outside of your comfort zone means. It means being uncomfortable. It means doing something that isn't familiar or mundane or isn't necessarily really, really easy to do. And sometimes we say no to opportunities because it's easier to say no because that feeling keeps us safe. But what you can be doing when you actually, you know, if you check in with yourself and you go back to that intuition, sometimes you recognise that you want to say yes, but you're actually about to say no. And the reason it's really important to feel into that is because it's very easy to be limited by fear. It's very easy to give yourself excuses. And I'll be really honest with you, some of the opportunities that I say a resounding yes to, and some of you will know this, like those of you that know me and follow my work and know what I do maybe just from this space, you know, I do travel a lot, especially in the summer months, working on photo shoots all over the world with amazing clients. I have 2 young children. That shit is not easy to coordinate. It would be far easier, believe me, far easier for me to say no to that work and to base myself locally. And I did that for a really, really long time. Don't get me wrong, I love to do that work. There's nothing wrong with that work. Different things suit different people. At that time, it served me to do that. But it also didn't serve me in the capacity that it kept me safe. It kept me safe, and it allowed me to play smaller and not actually reach my potential. Now, it would be so much easier, and believe me, like there are moments where I get it in the ear, like it would be so much easier if you just didn't do that. But it actually feeds my soul. Yes, it feeds my bank account well, but it feeds my soul to do that work. It's not about the money, it's about the joy that it brings me. And I know that you are in this industry, and I know that you do the work you love because you love making a difference to people, but it feeds your soul. You're a creative, you're an artist, you love to create something beautiful and make a difference and be in service to other people. And that's absolutely the work that you should and deserve to do. But when you are looking for opportunities and you are making decisions, it's really, really important that you go with your intuition, you go with your gut. And when there are moments where you're really struggling with that because the fear might be keeping you stuck from saying yes when you really want to, what I encourage you to do is to just sit and center yourself and feel into the emotion that goes with that opportunity. When you think about, you know, going to that place or working with that person or being in that sort of environment, how do you feel in your body? Because even though you can have some mind chatter going on and you've got kind of the pros and the cons, and you've got one person on your shoulder and one person on the other shoulder, and they're going at each other, and you don't really know what to do for the best. You know, are you worried about upsetting people? Are you worried about how you're going to make it work logistically or how you're going to make it work financially? The thing to remember is if you just really center yourself in your body and you think about the opportunity and you connect with the emotion of that, does it make you feel expansive? Does it make you feel bigger and like you want to grow and be more alive? Or does it make you contract? Does it make you kind of go a little bit more inverted? Because quite honestly, when you're struggling to make a decision on something, if you just take a minute, your body will very, very much tell you it's almost instinctive. That's the best way I can describe it. It's almost instinctive. So if you want opportunities, even if an opportunity hasn't come to you, because we can't just sit there and just wait for things to come to us, you have to be proactive in your business. But even when you are deciding what is the next step for me, what is it that really excites me, what is it that I want to do, when you're making that decision, you know, yes, you've got to pay your bills, yes, you've got to make it work logistically, but when you actually feel into what it is you want, think about how it feels in your body and how it feeds your soul, because it's very easy to seek something that might seem really easy to grasp or might give you a little bit of money but actually doesn't feel good or isn't actually taking you in the direction that you want to go. So that's something that I just really wanted to share, because it's something that I very much learnt to do, and sometimes people think I'm crazy for saying yes or no to particular things, but I know that it serves me to do it on an internal level and on a soul level. So please bear that in mind next time you are, or if you are in the process of making an important decision or accepting an opportunity, and don't allow yourself to be dictated by fear. And I know that that's easier said than done. Believe me, I have been there. but it's the fear that can really keep us stuck and really hold us back from some amazing things. Sometimes you can say yes to something thinking it's going to be this big, and it ends up being this big, and it leads to this and that and this and that, because you went with your intuition, you went with your gut, and you said yes to something that was quite uncertain, but it felt really, really good. And that's where I truly believe the magic comes from. So I wanted to share that with you because, as I said, this is something that really resonates with me right now, and if it resonates with you, I would really love to know that. There are actually some really other awesome things that I wanted to share with you at the moment. I'll be really honest with you, there are over 300 people queued up waiting to come into this group, and I need to get through those, but that's also highlighted a few awesome nuggets for me as well that I'm actually going to share with you towards the end of the week. And I think I'm thinking when I can reconnect with you guys, and I think I'm going to say Thursday. I'm going to go live with you on Thursday, and I'll let you know in advance. But I've got some really cool content to share with you about running and growing your own beauty business. So keep an eye out for that. Let me know how this resonates with you. Sometimes these live videos allow me to see comments, sometimes they don't. So if you've commented, I will catch that and I will respond to you. So please let me know if this resonates with you. Please let me know if this helps you in any way, or if you're at a point in your life where you are needing to make decisions and discover opportunities and say yes or no to particular things, and how that's making you feel, because this really sits with me right now. And it's something that I actually feel really good about. Having the right support in place, I also recognise counts for a lot. We can feel a lot more confident about making decisions when we have someone else's support, or we have someone else's permission. And that's something that I really struggle with for a long time. And yes, I've hired coaches and experts and mentors myself. Like, I really believe in that, and that's why, you know, I work with beauty professionals and I mentor them myself, because I see so much value in that. And it took me a long time to recognise that whilst it was really fantastic to have that support, you don't need anyone's permission to do anything. If you know that it serves you and it allows you to be in service to other people, I'll give you permission, and I will let you know that every single one of you that's in this group, every single one of you that is watching this video, if your parents aren't on board, or your partner isn't on board, or whoever is giving you shit in your life, or just if no one's giving you shit but you feel like you're going it alone, you have this space, you have this support, and I absolutely believe in you. So make some decisions today that sit well with you, that feel good, that you know are going to feed your soul. Push past the fear, because the results will come and the magic will happen. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up or a love heart. You know I love seeing those and seeing that, you know, this resonates with you and that this is adding some value. So I will catch up with you again on Thursday, and I'll post and let you know when I'm going to be live to give you a little bit of notice. But keep an eye out for that, and I will reconnect with you then. So I'll catch you later, gorgeous. Bye.